All right, here we go. So if we're looking at this one, the first thing we want to do is we want to find a model that represents this right here, right? 215, okay? So if I count, we've got 100, right? So I'm going to say 100 plus, now I'm going to count my tens. I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh, there's another 100. Plus, I'm going to count my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Someone unmute and tell me. I think you still have that power to unmute. Yep. What's 100 plus 100 plus 15?
215.
215.
Does this model right here represent 215?
215. 215.
Now, what I'm going to do is make sure that we're crossing out 158. So we have 1 cross out of the 100. Good. We have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That crossed out 5. And crossing out 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So does this first one represent 215 minus 158? It does, right? So you would have wanted to do A. Okay, but then it's always good to want to possibly check the rest because sometimes it might say which models, right? But luckily this one, it just says which model or solution. So that means there's only one, right? And we found the one. So we're going to go through and move to the next. Okay. So the next one that there was some struggle with was number 2. Most of you did good. Some of you missed just one part, okay? So I want to still go over this. So remember, this is saying, nope, there we go. This is saying 461 plus 9. So let's see if we can figure that out. 461. Oh, that's the one that we're trying to subtract, right? So I'm going to actually start here. 9 plus 30. Someone unmute and tell me. 9 plus 30.
39.
39. So I know this is 39. And then I can add, actually, let's do this because it's going to be a little easier. Let's do, if I have 461 and I add 9, so what's 9 plus 1?
10.
10. So that means this would be 470, okay? So I've got 470 plus 30. What's 470 plus 30?
500.
500, good. So now I've got my 500. Now I need to get to 800. How many do I need to add to 500 to get 800?
300.
300. So that should have been your first answer, right? And then we know that when you do these, right, we're not going to add the 461, so we're going to do 9 plus 30, which you told me was 39, plus 300, which would equal what? 39 plus 300 is?
339.
339. Okay, so I think this part right here, let me circle that. I think this is the part you guys are getting stuck on. Oh, why won't you let me draw? There we go. Here, right? We're struggling to figure out this one, but all you have to do is add these numbers together. And they're gonna give you something like 500, which is easier to add to. Okay, and then let's do one more. Because it looks like, I think, was it number 3? Let me double check. I want to see if it was 3 or 4 that it looked like we had a little bit of struggle with. Oh, no, 3. Okay, So same with 3. Okay, so this is that question about Aria. So it says Aria has a collection of 547 seashells. Corey has a collection of 379. How many more seashells does Aria have than Corey? So all you guys are doing here is you are subtracting 547 and 379. Okay, and then you got to regroup, right? Because can I do 7 minus 9?
I can't really see.
Can you see the 547 minus 379?
No, I can't really, like, it's not on the page that's right.
Let me see if I put it here.
That's the page that isn't on, it's like curved a little bit and stuff.
How about now? Over here better?
No.
No? Okay. Let me do this.
Just every time you share a screen, sometimes it doesn't work for me.
Okay, so we'll do it this way then. So, because we're going to move into math anyways. So let me get my iPad set up here. There we go. Okay, so we are going to do, what was my numbers real quick? My screen share. Come on. Nope, no sound. Okay, here we go. So our problem is 547 minus 379, right? Okay. And let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I can't take from my 7, right? I have to borrow from my 4, and this would become a 3 because I take 1 away. And then I add 10 to my 7, so this would be 17. And now I need to do 17 minus 9. Somebody tell me, what is 17 minus 9? Anyone can unmute and tell me. Oh, did I hear somebody say it? Looking for 17 minus 9. 8. Good. I heard someone say 8. Good. Okay, now I've got 3 minus 7. Can I do that? I can't.
No.
I'm going to borrow from my 5. This becomes a 4 because we take 1 away. We add 10 to the 3. We got 13. Now 13 minus 7. Go ahead and just tell me.
6.
6. Good. 4 minus 3.
1.
Good. So that should have been your answer. If I go back and check, that was B. Okay. All right. We're going to do a couple more things. So in your binder, open your binder. So if you don't have your binders yet, go ahead and grab those. We are going to page in the red section. Page 71. So in your binder, red section, page 71. I'm looking. Does anybody not have this page? Wave at me or tell me in the chat if you do not have page 6 or 71. Cameron, how about in those extra pages I gave you? Remember that extra stack I gave you? Because I gave you an extra copy. Let me know if you still don't find it, Cameron. Anyone else not find this page? Okay. I'm going through. Oops, sorry, Sophia. You can ignore my asking you to unmute. Did you find it, Cameron? Oh, let me see. Let me try unmuting you again. Are you there, Cameron? Still don't seem to hear you, Cameron. Oh. So even in that extra stack that I gave you, your page 71's not there?
It's not there.
Do you have page 73?
No.
You don't have that either? Okay. We'll try and figure that out. So for right now, Cameron, follow along with us, okay? All right. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull up my random number people. I'll have you guys help me with this. So we're gonna go through and do some questions, okay? Let me just get my numbers. All right, here we go. So the first one we're gonna do is 450 minus 131. Okay, and I'm gonna have Olivia. Olivia, I'm gonna have you help me with this one. Okay, so Olivia, what method do you want to use?
Stacking.
Okay, so we're gonna do 450 minus 131. Now you guys can write what I'm writing, or if you want to do your own method, you can also do that. Okay. All right, so Olivia, can we do 0 minus 1? So what do we need to do next?
So you cross out the 5 and you make it 4, and you cross out the 0 and you make it 10.
Perfect. And now I've got 10 minus 1, and what do we get?
9.
Good. And then 4 minus 3 is?
1.
Good. And 4 minus 1 is?
3.
Good. So your answer would be 319. Thank you, Olivia. I'll give you guys a minute to write that. When you're done, you can go to the next page. Move on when I don't see anybody else writing. Some of you are still writing, and that's okay.
I will be at base tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So we'll get you any extra pages if we notice we still need them, okay?
Okay.
All All right, do I see anybody still writing? Okay, I'm gonna go to the next page. So now we're looking at 72. Okay, question 2. There we go. All right, so our question says, Corey works 144 hours a month. I'm gonna circle that 144 because it's probably important. He has worked 72 hours so far this month. How many more hours does Corey have to work this month? Show Oh, okay. So this time helping me, hopefully, is Evan. So Evan, what kind of strategy would you like to use? Okay, so the base 10 blocks. So my first number is going to be my 144, right? So I'm going to draw 100 flat, 4 tens, and 4 ones. Okay, and Evan, what number am I subtracting? 72. Okay, so we're gonna start with our ones, right? I'm gonna cross out how many ones, Evan? 2. Okay, and then how many tens do I need to cross out? 4. I actually need to do 7, right? Do I have 7 to cross out though? No. Okay, so where do I need to borrow from? 100. So how many tens am I going to add? 10. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we said we need to cross out 7. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I need to count what I have left. I don't have any hundreds left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens, and 1, 2, 2 ones. So my answer is 72. Thank you, Evan, for helping me with that one. I'm going to give you guys some time to catch up on that. See some friends still writing, and that's fine. See some people still writing. Let me go through and check one more time. Good. All right. I know some of you are finishing up number 2. I'm going to start number 3, but I'll leave 2 up so you can still see. Okay, and remember, anything you don't finish, this video will be posted, and you guys can always come back and rewatch it. Okay. All right, here we go. Number 3. So it says, Chad practiced batting for 205 minutes this week. I'm going to circle that. That's important. Doug practiced batting for 110 minutes. How many more minutes did Chad practice than Doug? Okay. Let me check on this person's here. So Daniela, you're going to help me with this one. All right, Daniela, what method would you like to use? What strategy?
Stocking.
The stacking one? All right, so we're going to stack 205 on top of 110 and subtract. Okay? All right, so Daniela, what's 5 minus 0?
5.
So I put a 5 here. And then can I do 0 minus 1?
No.
So I'm going to borrow from the 2. And my 2 becomes a what?
1.
And what does my 0 become?
A 10.
Good. And then 10 minus 1 is?
Is 9.
Good. And 1 minus 1 is?
And is 0.
Good. So our answer is 95, which is B. Awesome. Thank you, Daniela. So Sam chose D as the correct answer. So Sam chose 315. Aria, what do you think Sam did? How did he get 315?
Okay, let's start off the stacking.
So how do you think Sam got 315? What do you think he did wrong?
I think he might have added instead of subtracted.
I 100% agree with you, because if we did 5 plus 0, we'd get 5. 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we're going to say Sam added instead of subtracted, actually. There we go. He added instead of subtracted.